The rundown, December 16th. Trent is in, KFC out. Let's start with the Bears. Whew. I mean, they're stinky. We've known that for a while, but they've turned it into I don't know what they do. Are they the Jets now? I don't know what's going on. They've turned into a circus. Some of the highlights, which we'll let you all get into, Big Cat, is the Jay Cutler press conference in which he beat the media to the press conference.
What's kind of important to you now moving forward?
Just trying to get better for these next two games and just going out and trying to give a good performance offensively. Okay. Jim?
Do we have any questions? The meeting's on their way.
We're going to wait for him?
Well, do we have anything else?
No, I'm good. I mean, I assume the local media.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
And then it turns out their owner got in a fight because somebody was sitting in his seat and wouldn't get up. Lots of weird things. I feel like maybe I'm missing one other aspect of something strange. I'm not really sure. What do you got on your Bears?
Well, you're missing the fact that they totally gave up on national TV for like the 17th time this season. That was a despicable performance. It was actually classic Bears, though, this year. They basically waited until the fourth quarter to score a touchdown and then kind of put together a little drive here where you're like, oh, okay, maybe. And that's the microcosm for the Bears season. It's pathetic. And I know, like, I don't understand. Some people, I'm in a no-win situation here because I bashed Cutler this morning and then people say I'm a flip-flopper. It's like, no, the Bears stink. I thought they were going to be better. There's nothing worse in sports and nothing deadlier for a franchise than thinking a championship window is open and it's not there. The illusion of a championship window is the worst thing you can have in sports. I was fooled. A lot of Bears fans were fooled. We thought that this year was going to go a lot differently. It's a train wreck. And now I think you have to just fire everyone and blow the whole thing up because there's no trust anywhere. Everyone hates everyone. Everyone's backstabbing everyone. No one's trying. It's a joke. I'm wearing the hat today, though, because it's hard. It's easy to wear your team's colors when you win. It's tough to rep them when you lose, and you got to remember to do that.
Although your visor is at an angle, you can't even see what hat you were wearing. But Trent, what do you got?
Yeah,
So
I mean, I watched
I
watched the first quarter of that game last night just to give it a chance.
Can you
I didn't
stop
really have
for
anything
1
else to
second,
do.
Trent, so I can say something? We have our goal line offense today. Go, Trent.
What's that? Okay. Well, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
We have the big bodies. We brought the big bodies to the show today.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I watched the first quarter of that game. I wanted to give it a chance, but I was out after the first quarter. It was a horrible game, and I ended up just feeling bad for Big Cat and all the Chicago guys. You kind of stole my question, Big Cat. Like, yeah, where do you go from here? Like, everything's going good with the Cubs. I mean, you got something to lean on, but the Bears, it's a fucking dumpster heap. What do you do?
I actually have a more pressing question. The owner sits outside?
He moves around. And he should be really embarrassed. I mean, getting shoved in your own stadium is crazy, but the fact that no one was there last night, Bears tickets are usually the hardest tickets in town, and they always sell for money. There was no one there. No one gave a shit. People were booing like 2 seconds of the game, and they have every right to boo because there's a difference here. There's been some bad teams. Every franchise goes through bad seasons. If the guys keep playing and they keep trying, you can at least be like, all right, we're building on something. They're trying. Like even the Jets. The Jets are despicable, but the Jets have never quit. They show up to every game. They try their best. They don't have a lot of talent. They're giving it their all for Rex Ryan. This team is flat out quit, and it's gross. It's awful to watch, and it's hard to root for a bunch of guys who just quit. Why should we care if they don't care?
What do you mean the owner moves around? He has
a box, and then I think he moves around every now and then. Like he'll go down and this happened in the stands. So
yeah, that's what I mean. That's what it was stunning to that somebody could be sitting in his seat seems surprising to me.
I mean, he probably figured last night was a good time to move around because there was no one in the stadium, so he could just walk around and probably do some undercover boss shit with like the concession stands and whatnot. He's the guy. who you saw, I posted the Vine in it
Yeah.
again from Dicka last year. He's a weird dude. Like, he's
Yeah.
a creepy kind of weird dude. So,
Regardless of whether you like Cutler, hate Cutler, he's a stoolie. Lots of people hate him. Beating the media to the press conference is a savvy, veteran, bad guy move. And if you don't laugh at that and like that, then you just don't like bad guys, and you should probably stop reading Barstool because we're the bad guys.
the best part about that press conference that was like kind of slipped under the radar is it was only one guy. I wish they had panned out and shown a picture. It was one guy, and he asked 3 questions. It was a national media guy. He tweeted after. He's like, it was literally just me in the room, and I felt bad, so I had to ask all 3 of the questions.
Yeah, and Cutler, by the way, was looking straight like there was a full boat there, too.
Yeah.
It was a brilliant... Listen, that Cutler's a bad guy. He's playing bad, and I love it.
Right, isn't that one of those things where if Peyton Manning does that, they think, oh, that's funny. He's such a funny guy. He beat the media and then he got out of there. But if it's Cutler, people want to shit all over him, and it's not helping that the Bears suck.
Well, I mean, Trent, come on. Yeah, again, you got to be better here on these rundowns. Like, I don't think Peyton Manning's pulling that move when they're like 0-4.
No, but you know what I'm saying, right? Like, it's
a little
right.
bit. The circumstances are a little bit different than
Look,
when Peyton would do it, like
No, but
after
it's-
setting the
it's-
touchdown record.
But it's Cutler. That's the thing. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I'm the biggest Cutler apologist on the planet, but it's a little different when Peyton Manning does it because he's got the ring and
That's
he's
what
got
I'm-
a
that's
lot
what
of
I mean.
wins.
That's what I mean. Like,
no, but if Cutler did that and the Bears were like 11-2 right now, people would say, "Oh, that's funny." I mean, he did it to avoid the media.
yeah, I think that's what I said.
Not really. Next up, inspiration. I mean, you didn't. People watch this back and be like, Trent, you can't come back on the rundown because that was a point that was very stupid. More inspirational. We got 2 videos here. We got Nate blogged this, the little hockey kid who's just lying on the ground. Get up, kid. Get up. You're down on that ice for like 10 minutes. And finally, he's so pathetic, the kid comes. It's touching. I get it. I don't like kids, whatever. For me, no brainer. Turtle helping turtle. One of the favorite videos I've ever seen. This is what nature and animals. He's not doing this to make a viral video. He's not doing this to be. He's just like, oh, my buddy's upside down. Let me push him back and then get the fuck out of here. Out of here. What video tugged at your heartstrings? What? Any comments, one versus the other? Trent, we'll start with you.
It's the turtle video for sure because it's a life and death situation. The hockey guy, he's going to get up eventually. Somebody's going to help him up. He's getting up. But if the turtle doesn't help the other turtle, he's fucking dead. And I know it's at a zoo, but the turtle helping the one turtle doesn't know he's at a zoo. So he's just doing it out of the kindness of his heart. So it's definitely the turtle video.
Big Cat?
I have a question for you, Dave. As the animal apologist here at Barstool now, who just loves all the animals and has a huge bleeding heart, do you lose sleep and shed tears over turtles?
No.
Okay, good. All right, I just wanted to make sure because I liked the turtle video. It was a great video. I don't shed tears over turtles. Those motherfuckers live for like 700 years. They just sit in their shell and chill. And this is you see the only thing that can stop a turtle was getting on his back. And if he dies, I don't know. Try not to get
You don't shed tears even just like on a flipped over turtle. Like that's sad to me. Like a normal turtle is not sad, but a flipped over turtle is sad.
I don't want to see it. Like if you're like, hey, check this video out of a turtle flipped over and watch him die slowly. Like I'm not gonna rush to watch that video. But I was happy the turtle got flipped back over. I was just asking Dave because I know he's like, oh, I love all the animals. I want to save all the animals. I want to save sharks. I just wanted to see what his thoughts on turtles were.
Hold on. Let's just clarify.
By the way, Dave, still waiting on that shark blog.
Yeah, I'm trying to just keep the company afloat. I got a lot of business shit going on, but I'll get to that. I'll get to the report. Just quick addendum on my animal love. I am a believer in the animal kingdom taking care of itself. So if a turtle somehow like slips and ends up on its back, you know what happens. If a giraffe gets eaten by a lion, it happens. I can live with that. I can't have humans taking bazookas to a turtle. Then I would feel bad for the turtle. So that's the difference. A fair fight is a fair fight. I have no problem with fair fights. Unfair fights is where I bleed. Next up. Someone tweeted this chick on Tinder. This is me. That face of this Romina chick is like 1,000% me laughing with long hair. So, I thought it's a fair question. I posed it. She's not ugly. She's pretty decent looking. Would you guys fuck this chick who looks like me? Big Cat.
No. That's like Costanza marrying Girl Jerry. That was what happened, right? Was it Girl Jerry? No, Jerry married Girl Jerry.
No, George is dating Girl Jerry.
Girl Jerry. Yeah.
And
so
George can't stand it.
So it'd be like Costanza dating Girl Jerry. Like I could never. You can't do that because at the back of your head, that's you. That's you. That chick is you. You are that chick. She stole your face. Brutal for her. Like this is. You can't have a worse break in life than people screenshotting your Tinder profile and sending it and being like, hey, this is Prez.
Trent?
Well, yeah, you stole the Costanza thing because I was going to say that too, but it's not even, I don't even think no, the answer is no, absolutely not. But it's not because it's Dave. It's if any of your friends look like a girl, it's hands off. You can't do it because if it goes far enough where you're going to have sex with her or even just hanging out with her, it can't work. It just can't work. There's no way.
I actually thought it was like Photoshop for a minute. Like that's how much I'm like, this chick has my face. I thought Astuli was just messing with me. It's one of those fucking crazy things. Like, I don't know. It just sounds crazy. Like hooking up with yourself sounds like a really weird kind of once in a lifetime thing. I don't know if that's gross or not. I don't necessarily think it is. It's just like weird.
Well, first of all, if you like kissed her, would you guys like have to say which way you're going at a specific, like coordinate it beforehand? Like I'm gonna go right, you're gonna go. Would you do that?
No, when that happens, I just fight through it. It's like if that happens, you just kind of like mush. It's like a puzzle piece getting jammed together. You just fidget till it works.
So you're saying you would have sex with yourself, like that girl? That's what.
I think I'd just do it for the viral sensation it would create. Like I'd get like a picture of us kissing and it would blow up the internet and it would be like page views doing page views. Look, Prez is kissing girl version of himself. Oh my God.
So you're confirming my long-standing theory that every twin ever in the world has kissed their twin at some point. Like on the lips just to see what it's like.
Girls, definitely.
Yeah, but like guy twins too. Like if you see a pair of guy twins, they've kissed on the lips at some point in their life.
I don't know about that. I wouldn't be attracted to her, or I wouldn't hook up with her if she was a guy.
I know, but like you being like, oh, I wonder what it's like myself. It's my long-standing theory. People call me crazy, but I think there's something.
So then, are you saying you would too? Then, Big Cat, you would also if there was a Tinder chick that looked like you.
Question. I don't have a twin, so I'm going to plead the fifth.
All right, this one was kind of yesterday. Kim Kardashian. So she photoshopped out her kid, which is really an unbelievable move when you think about it. And her explanation was, why don't people just let me live? I was feeling my look. What do you guys have? I know how I feel on this. Big Cat, what do you get on this move by Kardashian?
This is a classic Kardashian trap. She trapped the internet. She took the internet and put them in a jar and put them on her fucking mantle, because that's all that happened. She like, this is such a nothing picture, and she just cuts out her daughter, and now it's a fucking viral sensation. The woman has a million, trillion, billion tricks, and she keeps pulling them out and we keep fucking lapping them up.
Trent?
Right. It's so she did this for a reason. It's people. So people will come out and say, "Oh, she's talentless. Oh, she's talentless." This is her talent. Her talent is making people say she has no talent. Because then they start talking about her, everything she does, people talk about, "Oh, she has no talent." That's what she wants. The break the internet thing with her ass. People are like, "This is stupid. She has no talent." It's exactly what she wants. She wants people talking about her, and nobody's better at it than her.
I love the line. I was feeling my look. I love it. It's the first thing she said in a decade that I liked. I don't like her saying "let me live" because it's the exact opposite. This is what you do. You don't want to be left alone. I will say it's a ruthless move. I've never seen, now that I'm getting into my friends having anybody who's had a kid, that's all they want to show you. They want to force feed them down your throat. Hey, my wife, when she's feeling her look, I end up in the worst picture. She doesn't crop me out. She doesn't give a damn what I look like. If she likes it, she gets me at the worst angle. So Kardashian doing this, I actually, you know what? It's just such a preposterous move. I have to respect it because nobody crops their kids out. Nobody. Feminists. Speaking of feminists are mad because Barbara Walters named, I don't even know what his wife's name is, which is kind of the point of this. It's like Amari something or another, was named most fascinating woman on the planet for Barbara Walters. Feminists very mad. Big Cat, what do you got?
Yeah, feminists are mad because they basically equated to, you need to get a husband to finally be fascinating. No, I don't see it that way at all. She's fascinating because Clooney is the guy who was never going to get married. He's like the consummate bachelor who was an all-time coxman, and then this Amal Clooney woman swoops in from nowhere. No one's ever heard of her. Scoops him up. I think they're pregnant already. That's fascinating. Everything about that is fascinating.
Trent?
Yeah, I read the story, and I don't really understand what they're mad at, but I am fascinated with them all because why hasn't she sat down and why haven't we heard from her about how she nabbed Clooney? Like, what is it special about her? If that's what is going to make her on the most fascinating list, then I'm in on it because I want to know what separates her from the rest of the thousands of girls that Clooney has slept with.
Yeah, you guys both nailed it. Absolutely makes her fascinating. What makes her different? By the way, just a side note, I'm not ruling out that she's appeared and he's gay. There's been a lot of rumors about that, and I wouldn't throw it out. I know he supposedly fucks everybody. I've never had the vibe like the Leo vibe where I know he's fucking everybody. It wouldn't shock me if there was, or at least he was bisexual. Wouldn't shock me. This Bubba Watson rap, we've talked about this a lot. And we're talking about, again, Bubba Watson made a rap that I should like. I should be like, oh, this guy's funny. We need more golfers like this. I despise Bubba Watson.
Is it golf clubs or a bag of toys? It's a bird, it's a plane, it's a bug. I remember Christmas growing up in Baghdad. Chilling in the living room with my dad. Mama in the kitchen got food in the stove. Sister in the living room playing on the floor. I used to hit the golf course, take me a swing. Got my first club since boy was a teen.
Trent, I guess you're a golf guy. Can I call you that? You're a golf guy?
Sure, yeah, I really like golf.
Do you golf?
Yeah, I golf.
Like,
I'm not the best at it. I'm like a weekend hacker like anybody else, but I play, yeah.
So what's a good round? What's your handicap?
Oh shit. It's a good day. It's a good day.
Every time you come on the rundown, like Dave's gonna ask a video, like he needs to see a video of your swing. He needs your last 5 scorecards. This is how it works.
You're right. I know. I should have seen that coming. But I just like to go out there and have fun and get drunk, and I'm having a good day if I break 100. I'm really not a good golfer. I just really like it.
And I wasn't going to ask it, but now that Big Cat has suggested it, by the end of the week, I'd like a video of your golf swing.
Trent, you sound like like Dave is kind of a snob about this. You and I would have a good time golfing together. I play golf where the amount of beers you drink counts them off your total score. That's
100%. Yeah, as long as you have a good time, it doesn't matter what the score is.
Listen, I'm lucky to break 100. I'm not that guy that you just described. Anyways, what do you got on Bubba Watson?
To me, this is classic overcompensation for Bubba Watson. He doesn't drink. He's like the guy. He's like, no, I don't drink, but I do. I build hovercrafts and I do rap videos. It's just fucking. I don't like Bubba Watson either. He's a great golfer, two-time Masters champion. People should like him, I think. and I think he thinks people like him, but he comes off as kind of a jackass.
Big Cat?
I hate Bubba Watson. This is the dirty combination of a guy who doesn't drink, who doesn't have an attractive wife, and has no like real friends probably. So this is what he ends up doing on his free time. And I said in my blog, and I'll say it again, never has like the name Bubba been wasted more on a person than this Bubba Watson, because he should be like John Daly 2.0 with that name and that pedigree, hits the ball a million miles from the South. Name is Bubba. He should be drunk all the time, so I fucking despise him.
Yeah, if you don't drink at all and are super religious, there's no way I can like you. There's no way I can trust you. There's no way I'm going to think at any moment you're doing anything funny, worthwhile, and I'd prefer you get out of my life. So that's how I feel about Bubba Watson. This story yesterday, I blogged it. KFC blogged it. So this kid, there's this article that a high school kid in New York Magazine wrote this up, then the New York Post ran with it, then I ran with it, then KFC said it was fake. I didn't say it was fake. I didn't know what was happening. This kid said he made $72 million trading stocks at lunch. Turns out it's 1,000% fake. There's not like one iota of truth to it. And the lady who wrote it for New York Magazine is basically saying it's not her fault. Like, what did you expect? I don't know what's going on with this. I don't even know if we should talk about it. I just like to say this is how fucked up I am with the stock market, how much I don't know anything about finance. I believe anything with people like, oh, I made $1 gazillion trading stocks. I don't know how it works. I feel like I'm missing out. I'm glad this kid didn't make anything. What do you got, Big Cat?
I just think the moral of this story is that Barstool is now the only journalistic place that you can trust, because it's the New Yorker, Rolling Stone with the rape story. I mean, fact check for me one time. We have never pretended that we were going to fact check and not fact check. We just don't fact check.
Yep.
So at least you know what you're getting. These guys give the illusion of being like going through all the journalistic protocols, and then they skip all of them. It's bullshit. It makes us look bad, to be honest.
Trent?
So I with her sources, she just didn't ask anybody. So she just went to this kid and said, I guess that's the part I'm confused about. Like, when you first read the story, what drew you to it that made you think that it was even maybe going to be real?
What made me think it would be real?
Yeah.
Because based on what Big Cat just said, I have a misguided sense of ethics and belief that if New York Magazine posts a story and then the New York Post that somebody has researched it. Like, yeah. I believe if it appears in what I think are real publications that are supposed to do the things Dan just said, they do them. Like, we are very open that we do not do those things. So there's a difference. But if you're in like the New York Times or New York Magazine, I thought it was supposed to be true. It's not the Onion.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I guess I read that story fast, so I wasn't sure. So she just took the dude at face value and then put it in the article. That's all she did?
It was shoddy reporting, and it's disgusting for people like us who write for a living.
Yeah, because people are like, you got J-Macked. It's like, how did I get I just got lied to.
Right. You got straight up lied to by someone you should be able to trust. It's like if you went to your doctor and he just, lied to you. You're like, well, what am I supposed to do? He's a doctor. He has the degrees on the wall.
Right.
If you go to us and you go to the fucking, drug dealer in the alley, you know that the ecstasy you're buying might be fucking angel dust. So that's the difference here.
It's honestly couldn't be more true. Last one, Lou Williams apparently has two. No, we got two more. I'm going to skip Lou Williams, unless anyone has to say on Lou Williams having two girlfriends. Do you guys want anything on this?
It's awesome being an athlete. It's awesome being an athlete. I mean, that's what it comes down to, right? I mean, I know people say the two girlfriend thing, it would suck, but the girls know that he's an athlete and that he could have two more girls the next day. That's what makes it different and not like a normal relationship. Like, I don't think that would be, I think it'd just be awesome. Just completely awesome.
Big Cat.
It's probably awesome for like a month or two. It's awesome in theory. Your girlfriend has a girlfriend so that they can keep busy when you're not fucking them. But at the end of the day, it's just going to end up being like headaches and problems. And you'll probably get a dish thrown at your head at some point. So just be careful, Lou.
one of the girls much better looking than the other. That to me screams double homicide at the end of it. Like you can't, they have to be equally. The Asian one is 1,000 times better looking. I get KFC's point. Why do you need a million girlfriends when you're rich and an athlete? Just go fuck everybody. There are girls who may just be fucking wild and they're doing legwork for you. Like they're bringing girls in and you can just sit home and wait. So there's a little bit of both. But I will say if you have one that is much better looking than the other, screams double homicide to me. Last clip, real quick. I watched this 50 times already. It's an old, and the Gronk stuff to me does not get old, but he's on the Dan Patrick show. And this is what makes Gronk great. This is before the 69 stuff like really started taking off. So he's not playing into it, but you can see he is absolutely like flabbergasted that the temperature in the studio at the Dan Patrick show is 69 degrees.
I got off too. It's a temperature gnome. I got it for your man cave.
Really?
Everyone says your room is always the coldest.
It is.
So this will read the temperature, how cold it is in here.
Yeah.
And it says 69 degrees right now in here. This thing says. That's unbelievable.
Can I have the cast when you cut that off for the man cave? Would you let?
You can have this cast because it kind of smells now.
Well, but that's okay. But once you cut it off, could we hang it up in the man cave?
Yeah.
Dan Patrick didn't pick up on it at all. Like Gronk literally was toast after he saw that. Couldn't focus. He's just like stunned, laughing to himself. We also got an old interview when he hurt his ankle and he's in a golf cart. I'm going to blog this later. And he's got custom Jordans on, and he has 69 on the tongue of the sneaker, engraved on the sneaker. So it's just Gronk. And he didn't even bring it up either. It's just he's wearing 69 sneakers. Big Cat, what do you got on this?
You nailed it with the toast line, because that was really what the interview was. Watching Gronk try to hold two thoughts in his head at the same time, the fact that the gnome said 69 and that Dan Patrick is still doing an interview and asking him for his cast was laugh out loud funny. He just couldn't, he just kept on, you could see in his brain, he was like, but that gnome says 69. He kept on wanting to bring it up, and Dan Patrick had no clue. I wish Dan Patrick knew, because it would have been able to, get it out of Gronk's system. Laugh out loud funny.
Trent?
Yeah, the Dan Patrick clip, it was so genuine when he said it's 69, and then there was two beats, and then he's like, "That's unbelievable," and he's like, it was just like, it was so genuine that that's just Gronk. He's just a big kid, and he's just thinking about 69 24/7. It seems like.
Yeah, I mean, he looked like he was looking around for acknowledgement. Oh my god, do you want to check it? It really says 69. Just pure Gronk. So that is the rundown. That's all we got for today. A lot of people, by the way, asking the Tegan story. So I'll do that real quick. So everyone saw, obviously, the Tegan back and forth email exchange. It was not planned. People think this is all one elaborate ruse. It was what? Huh? Twitter. But I had to be in New York anyways on Friday. Turned out she was doing appearance at Lord & Taylor. Really strange event at Lord & Taylor. They call it Guys Night Out. Odell Beckham was there, Joe Giardi, and Tegan. So there was a pretty big – it was like an open bar too. It was really fucking strange. What?
You said that yesterday, and I thought maybe it was just a one-time thing. Joe Girardi. You said it yesterday before the show, and Kevin and I both were like, Dave's probably just he was just talking too fast.
Mike Giardi? What's his first name?
Who is it? Who are you talking about? Joe Girardi?
Yeah, I don't know who you're talking about now.
Who?
Are you talking about Joe Girardi, the Yankees manager?
Yes.
Okay. His name's Girardi. There's an R before the second A.
Joe Girardi.
The A. Yeah.
What did I say?
Joe Giardi. Giardi. I don't know. You just didn't. Whatever.
Keep going with the story.
Keep going. I'm sorry. I should have.
I don't even know what. I'm lost on. I thought I had his first name wrong. I don't even know what you're talking. Joe Giardi.
No.
I don't know what the hell's going on right now. I literally don't know what's happening right now.
With an A, an R, and an I all mashed up.
All right, whatever. So they're there, and we wait in line for like, I don't know, 20 minutes. And even in line, the girls are like talking. They're like, what are you gonna say to Chrissy Teigen? I'm like, nothing. People are saying she murdered me. I want to clear this shit up. They're like, what are you talking about? So anyways, we wait in line. They had a guy running the photo stand who was he was very particular. You got one picture with Teigen and then you got kicked out of line instantly. If you tried to sneak two, they booted you out. So I got to the front. I walked up to her and I'm like, people are saying you murdered me the other night on Twitter. She starts laughing. She's like, oh my God, are you a Barstool guy? I'm like, no, I'm the guy they're saying you murdered. She knew right away. She started laughing. She's like, oh, you're Dave Portnoy, blah, blah, blah. So we got pictures. Now, she couldn't stop laughing. Like, literally, she was hysterically laughing to the point I told her, I said, you have to act like a professional here. Like, I'm here on business. Try to act like a professional for me one time. Couldn't stop laughing. Then we just started wrestling, like grabbing each other's faces and stuff. It was chaos. Her handlers were like running up. They didn't know what to do. The line basically just erupted into chaos. People were asking me, like, who are you? Like, don't worry about it. So that was pretty much it. Maybe a little anticlimactic. I mean, I guess she's kind of cool. She was cool, I guess. She like, she handled it well. I kind of ambushed her. So that was the Teigen story.
And it proves, because Kevin and I were talking after, you just, like, I don't know what it is, but everything always turns out your way. You get murdered. We all have a laugh. We all have a great time. You got murdered. You got sunned by Chrissy Teigen on Twitter. And then somehow, some way, you fucking meet her 2 days later and turn it into a positive.
I mean, I never thought I got murdered, but yeah, it was a lucky coincidence that she happened to be doing like a public appearance the next day. We had like a group of stoolies waiting to see what happened. But yeah, it was. She's taller than me. Seemed cool. I don't know. I guess maybe she's like the cool girl. I mean, if I didn't know Katie Nolan, I'd say she's the same. Katie Nolan tries so hard now to be the cool girl on Twitter.
Wasn't your whole thing the whole thing about you? I mean, you called her the cool girl, like that was the whole thing, doesn't that? I don't know whose point that proves, but it proves a point, I guess.
It may prove that she's sort of actually legitimately cool.
Okay.
Oh, so you have kind of changed on her.
Yeah, did you think it was fake cool before, and now you think it's genuine?
Yeah, I thought it was fake cool. I thought she tried hard to be the cool girl. She was pretty cool in line, not only with, like, wrestling me, but, I mean, she was pretty good with everybody. I've seen that before. Whether she does it in closed circles, because I know another girl who is very good, and I mean the best at being the cool girl, and she goes by the name of Jenna Marbles. But she wasn't nearly as cool behind closed doors. So I'd have to basically sneak into John Legend and Chrissy Teigen's house and see how it is behind. Like, if she wrestled me and then after was like some asshole showed up and wrestled me and I have to, like, call the cops now, she's not as cool as may be.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of you. That's tough to know. But
who else was there that, like, of note? Did you talk to anyone?
No, there were lines around the fucking corner for everybody. It was an open bar.
How long did you wait in line?
Like 20 minutes. I wanted to leave. I was disgusted with myself. I'm like, if anybody could, if one of our competitors were in line, were in this place and took a picture of me in the back of the line, our whole company would have ceased to exist. It was like waiting in line like that. I did not feel good about myself.
Kind of like Fight's blog yesterday, which actually he got some support for, the Red Zone thing.
That was the dumbest thing of all time.
You made a good point, Big Cat. Yeah, I mean, when I'm not watching a specific team, that's all I watch, though.
Yeah.
I'd be lost without it, I think.
It's not like I watch the Red Zone when the Bears are on.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
I mean, Feidelberg. It's Feidelberg. He's Lady Feidelberg. He doesn't gamble. He doesn't play fantasy, right? He doesn't do any of that. I mean, if I didn't do any of that, I probably wouldn't watch the channel either. I just watch whatever game until it became a blowout, and then I'd go there. So I get that. By the way, Scott Hansen kind of roasted me too on Twitter.
He roasted Keith as well.
Really?
Yeah. Keith said that Keith said to him, if you switch from Johnny Football to the Jaguars game one more time, like, I'm going to flip out. And he wrote back, he's like, the Jaguars game is also the Ravens. Hope you got your fill of Johnny. Or something like that. He's amazing. Because he's the most unsuspecting, like, he's the sweetest guy in the world. And then he just comes out of nowhere and smashes you in the face and then goes back to being a sweet guy.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, anybody who's ever bet on anything could never not want. I mean, again, you got to look at it. If you don't bet, you haven't lived on. I'm to the age now. I used to pay like $2.99 to listen to like the radio telecast of the games. I bet it was like $2.99 a minute. My parents would be going like bananas because I'm trying to like hear what's happening on the drive because I got my $10 white card that I just spent all my fucking allowance on for the month. So
that's the end. I mean, John fights Sundays are so different than the majority of Americans because like to not have any skin in any game in any way is I can't even imagine it.
Lady Feidelberg.
Betting or fantasy?
Yeah.
John and I had a side discussion. We agreed to disagree on the red zone thing. I respect his opinion, but boy, is that that's like an alien existence on Sunday compared to my Sunday.
Yeah. All right. That's a rundown. Trent?
Yeah.
What's your homework assignment?
Video of my golf swing.
There we go. All right.